Shopify is the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. And I love it because Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources that were once reserved for big businesses. So upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. I don't talk about it a ton, but I have a fishing company. 5 years ago this month, my best friend Aaron and I started a bass fishing weight company called Woo Tungsten, because woo is the sound you make when you catch a giant bass. So we sell tungsten weights for bass fishing, and Shopify has made it so incredibly easy. They have all the tools and the resources that we need. No matter how big or small your business is, they just make it so effortless. And like mine, Shopify powers over 1.7 million businesses from first sale to full scale. And you can reach customers online and across social networks with their ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more. And you can gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond, which is something we use a ton. More than just a store, Shopify grows with you. Go to shopify.com/Blue Wire, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business today with Shopify. Go to shopify.com/Blue Wire right now. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Shopify.com/Blue Wire.
And welcome to the Tennis Podcast. I am your mom's favorite starfish, Nick Amell.
And I'm your sidekick host, Brandon, not a starfish.
Well, you'll get there someday with enough training. This is the show where me and my sidekick starfish, Brandon, starfish in training. I don't know what the fuck the starfish thing is, by the way. I just said it, and now I'm going with it. But anyway, this is the show where one of us brings a top 10-ish list every week on a given topic that the other person does not know ahead of time. And then right here, live in real time, the person that doesn't bring the list tries to guess items 1 through 10-ish.
And this week I brought the list, and this is a list. You may still not know what the list is once we're done here tonight.
Great.
I don't think this is an area of expertise of yours.
Uh-oh.
Although most people will feel very familiar with this list.
Cat butts? Top 10 cat butts?
You know a lot about cat butts. There's no cat butts in this list, but there is at least one big old butt. Tonight, you will be guessing the top 10 biggest selling rappers of all time.
Fuck.
These are all household names.
Top 10 biggest?
Yeah, some of them I don't know, like, I didn't know any of their songs, but I recognize their name from being popular.
Couple questions. Is this worldwide?
I guess so. I mean, these are all Americans. There's no Hindu rappers on this list.
Well, it's a shame.
This is by number of units sold. So units.
Number of units sold.
Yeah, this covers like the time before digital sales and then up to digital sales.
Rappers. Now, what is a rapper, Brandon? How do we define that?
Do people not know what rapping is?
Are Aerosmith rappers, yes or no?
No.
Queen Latifah.
I don't know what she is. I don't know what she does. She's not on the list.
Okay. Top 10 rappers. All right. Well, I'm ready.
Let's start guessing. I have clues if later, but you don't get clues to start with. That would be ridiculous.
There's 10, right?
10.
Am I correct in assuming a good chunk of this list are kind of modern, current day rappers?
Only like 2 or 3 more popular within the last decade. Most of these were popular in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s.
Okay. I'm going to say that around number 6 or 7 is Drake.
You would be wrong. Drake is number 2 on the list.
All right.
Mostly due to like digital sales. Now, these are biggest selling rappers. These are definitely not most talented or best rappers.
Let's pause for a moment and just for the 2% of you that maybe aren't up to speed based on this episode, I don't listen to rap at all. I know very little about it. And Brandon knows more than me, but I don't think he'd consider himself an expert either.
Not an expert.
Just
and
so we're level setting.
There's, 3 or 4 on here for which I don't know anything about. And Drake is one of them. I barely know anything about him. In fact, I should clarify that he is a Canadian rapper. There's one non-American on this list, and it's Drake. With 152 million units sold, Aubrey Drake Graham is number 2 on the list. So, first of all, his name is Aubrey. Aubrey Drake Graham was born October 24th, 1986, making him 35 years old this year. He's a Canadian rapper, singer, and actor. I know who he is. Could name maybe a couple of his songs off the top of my head, but only because of one was on a playlist a friend put together, and the other one, it was Hotline Bling, which made the rounds in memes.
Love Hotline Bling.
Drake originally gained attention by starring in the television series Degrassi: The Next Generation from 2001 to 2008.
I didn't realize that.
And then he released his debut mixtape, Room for Improvement, in 2006, and then he pursued a career in music. He's known by me as having a shit-eating grin, looking like a douchebag, and rapping with auto-tune.
He's known to me. I mean, I'm aware of who he was before this, but recently he was in a State Farm commercial, and they say, Drake from State Farm? And it's kind of cute.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to be Jake.
He does have a totally shit-eating grin. He's ranked as the highest certified digital singles artist in the United States by the RIAA. His hits include Headlines Make Me Proud, The Motto, Take Care, Hold On We're Going Home, which is the only song on this list I knew for sure and had listened to multiple times, and he does not rap on it, which is probably one of the reasons why I enjoy it, and Hotline Bling. The subject matter of his artistry, often revolving around relationships, has had widespread impact on social media through photo captions commonly used to reference emotions or personal situations. However, his lyrical content has incited mixed reception from fans and critics, with some deeming him as sensitive, a trait perceived as antithetical to hip-hop culture. All they're trying to say in this last note is he's kind of a pussy.
Well, you mentioned that a lot of his songs deal with relationships, and by that, do they mean that he's talking about fucking bitches and shit?
No, he's talking about love.
That's not rap.
The other thing I know about him is that he texts underage girls like Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things inappropriately.
I don't know this. You're going to have to fill me in.
That's it. I mean, that's basically it. He's done it a few times, I guess, but the most notable one is, and this was a few years ago, I realized she's older, maybe even close to being 18 years old now, but when she was, after the first or second season of Stranger Things, he was texting with Millie Bobby Brown.
How'd that get out? She put it out there?
I don't know. He's a huge coos hound, in addition to being a douchebag.
And the douchebag thing, you're ranking 70 to 80% based on the grin? Shit-eating grin?
And just his music and what he is a close pal of either Da Baby or Lil Baby. I'm not sure. Oh, and also Travis Scott.
Oh, not good.
After the Astro World debacle, he threw around $1 million at a strip club. So he's having a real douchey time. Now, for every rapper, I had some lines that I put down in case you needed a clue. So the lines I included for the Drake clue were, you used to call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. And I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing.
Hang on, were you reading a Drake lyric or lines from a Shakespeare epic?
Shakespeare? No, but we will talk about Shakespeare later. There's someone on this list who compares himself to Shakespeare.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a pretty strong clue.
Okay. Well, let me go there then. Are you done with Drake?
Yeah.
The Shakespeare thing, maybe there's something obvious I'm missing, but to me, when I think of someone comparing themselves to someone as big as Shakespeare, I think of one of the biggest idiots in the world, and that's Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye West is exactly
number 3
kind of idiot who, yeah, he is number 3.
Fucking knew it.
Who would compare himself? He's made many comparisons. We'll get into those in a moment. Kanye West, with 140 million units sold, is number 3 on the list. His full name is Kanye Omari West. He was born June 1977.
Hey, at least I'll bet it's a minority on this list that are using like their real first and last name as their stage name. So that's something.
I mean, he does have a cool, like, regular name. Kanye West is a cool name.
Sure.
He was born in Atlanta, raised in Chicago, gained recognition as a producer for Rockefeller Records in the early 2000s, producing singles for several artists and developing the chipmunk soul sampling style. Intent on pursuing a solo career as a rapper, he released his debut album, The College Dropout, in 2004 to critical and commercial success and founded the record label Good Music. Now, I will admit, for his first few albums before he really lost it, I had all those albums. I really liked them. The College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy are all really good. I think 808s and Heartbreak is really good.
What's your favorite song from Jesus Christ is King?
No, you're thinking of the song Jesus Walks, which I don't like that song. Some of his hits you may recognize are Through the Wire, Slow Jams, Jesus Walks, Gold Digger, Stronger, Power, and Black Skinhead. I'll put it out there for anyone who hasn't listened to it before. His album Late Registration is kind of like the dark side of the moon for hip hop. He partnered with producer John Bryan for that one, and John Bryan's touch comes through really strong in that album, especially in the second half, and it's good. Also, I got to give it up to Kanye for some real talk in August or September 2006, shortly after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans. If you'll remember, there was a televised, what was it, like a telethon or something, and he was standing next to Mike Myers. He just out of nowhere said, "George Bush doesn't care about black people." And Mike Myers was like, what?
What a combo, Mike Myers and Kanye West.
But, I mean, he was right. George Bush doesn't care about black people, although you could have just said people. And then he also said, and I totally agree with this too, he said, "I hate the way they portray us in the media. You see a black family, it says they're looting. You see a white family, it says they're looking for food." And he's true. That is the way the media,
Sure.
that is a media portrayal. But he has since then gone off the rails a bit.
Yeah.
In 2008, he said he would go down in history as the voice of his generation. Comment that was widely ridiculed, such as in the South Park episode Fish Sticks. You may remember him from his failed 2020 presidential campaign, where he further went off the rails.
Yeah, that was the real election fraud, that Kanye is not leading us to the promised land right now.
In 2019, in an interview with David Letterman, he stated that he has bipolar disorder, which he's clearly not taking any responsibility for. Over the course of his career, West has been known to compare himself to various influential figures and entities in art and culture, including Kurt Cobain, Leonardo da Vinci, Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, Google, Jimi Hendrix, Howard Hughes, Michael Jackson, Steve Jobs, Ralph Lauren, Michelangelo, not the turtle, the artist, Jim Morrison, Nike, Pablo Picasso, Axl Rose, William Shakespeare, Socrates, David Stern, Donald Trump, William Wallace, Andy Warhol, Willy Wonka.
The fuck does he have in common with William Wallace?
He probably painted half his face blue once.
What happened to Kanye? When was the breaking point for him, Brandon?
I mean, I think he's always been bipolar. He just is
surrounded by a bunch of yes men now.
Well, yeah, his problems have been exacerbated with who knows what tiny bit about his personal life, from what he screams into microphones in the middle of stadiums. But yeah, it's gone off the rails definitely within the last decade. So my clue lines for Kanye, I can't remember what song this is from, but the lines are, "Have you ever had sex with a pharaoh? I put the pussy in a sarcophagus.
Oh my God.
I'm living on the future, so the present is my past. My presence is a present. Kiss my ass."
Is that from the Jesus album?
No, that's from a later one. But my real clue that you would have possibly gotten, and tell me if you would have gotten this clue. 18 years, 18 years. She got one of your kids, got you for 18 years. I know somebody paying child support for one of his kids, his baby mama car and crib bigger than his. You see him on TV any given Sunday, win the Super Bowl, and drive off in a Hyundai. She was supposed to buy your shorty Tyco with your money. She went to the doctor, got lipo with your money. She walking around looking like Michael with your money. Should have got that insured, Geico, for your money. Do you know what song that's from?
No.
Oh, it's from Gold Digger.
Now, I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
So that's Kanye.
I should not keep going, right?
Don't.
Yeah, Kanye. How old is Kanye these days? Is he 40s, 50s?
He's like 45.
Man. So we got a lot more years of Kanye to look forward to. Well, then for my next guess, I will guess Eminem at number 4.
No, Eminem is number 1 on the list.
I thought it would be, so okay.
Eminem is the biggest selling rapper of all time, with 227 million units sold. His real name, kind of sounds like a hoity-toity name, is Marshall Mathers III. He's currently 49 years old, so he's one of our older alumnus from Detroit. Eminem is credited with popularizing hip-hop in Middle America and is critically acclaimed as one of the greatest rappers of all time. His global success and acclaimed works are widely regarded as having broken racial barriers for the acceptance of white rappers in popular music, which I think that's kind of a clumsily worded sentence. I don't think white people have had a hard time getting into pop music, but maybe white rappers specifically. While much of his transgressive work during the early 2000s made him hugely controversial, came to be a representation of popular angst of the American underclass. He was the best-selling music artist in the United States of the 2000s and the best-selling male music artist in the United States of the 2010s.
Look, between all 10 rappers here, I probably know a collective like 10 songs, but I'm going to guess Eminem's up there, maybe my favorite.
He has a unique way of rhyming. He has extremely great enunciation and flow. Yeah, he's good. I like a decent amount of rap, and yeah, he is really good.
It's the real Slim Shady.
Among his most notable work, the Marshall Mathers LP, The Eminem Show, the songs Lose Yourself, Love the Way You Lie, and Not Afraid, those have all been certified diamond or higher.
God.
Some of his biggest and most notable hits are My Name Is, Forgot About Dre. Well, he's featured in Forgot About Dre. The Real Slim Shady, Without Me, The Way I Am, and Stand. For those who maybe not know, the currently popular term stan, like you stan something, you're a fan of it.
Yeah.
Stan comes from his song Stan. You're a little bit obsessive about it.
Did not know that.
In his first few albums, there are a couple women from his life that featured very heavily. His mom, Debbie. And
fuck you, Debbie!
Yeah, and his wife, Kim. And I thought this note about Kim was kind of sweet. So he was married twice to Kimberly Ann Kim Scott. He met Kim in high school while he stood on a table with his shirt off, rapping LL Cool J's I'm Bad.
Uh-huh. We've all been there.
Kim and her twin sister Dawn had run away from home. They moved in with Eminem and his mother when he was 15, and he began an on and off relationship with Kim in 1989. Mathers and Scott were married in 1999 and divorced in 2001. Their daughter Haley was born on December 25th, 1995, making her 26 years old this Christmas. Although Eminem told Rolling Stone in 2002, I would rather have a baby through my penis than get married again, he and Kim briefly remarried in January 2006. He filed for divorce in early April of 2006, agreeing to a joint custody of Haley.
Wait a minute. So not only did he get married again, he got married again to the same person, only to divorce that person again 3 months after getting married the second time.
And he had a baby out of his penis.
Yeah. There's a penis baby walking among us somewhere.
So I had 2 different sets of clue raps for Eminem in case you couldn't get it. So one of these you alluded to. So the FCC won't let me be or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and dip, bum on your lips, fuck that, come on your lips, there's some in your tits. And it's really fun to rap.
I hope
too.
your kids are hearing you right now.
No, but like that's another thing is once you learn the lyrics, his songs are really fun to rap along to. There's something about it is just fun. And get ready because this shit's about to get heavy. I just settled all my lawsuits. Fuck you, Debbie.
Yeah, which is his mom though, right?
Yeah, and the other one is Charlie did hear this song the other day when we were listening to music, and he thought this was funny too. Will Smith don't gotta cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
Yeah. Well, I do. I do have to cuss to sell my records.
And he sold 227 million of them.
I would have guessed Eminem based on those clues.
Yeah, so there you go. Eminem. You got the top 3 already.
Yeah, Eminem, Drake, Kanye West. You mentioned him there. I don't think I would have guessed him if you hadn't reminded me of him, but how about Will Smith? Is he on here?
No, Will Smith's not in the top 10.
Okay. Are there any ladies in the top 10?
There's only one female in the top 10.
Mary J. Blige?
No, not as talented as her, and I don't know if Mary J. Blige is a rapper.
Nicki Minaj? I don't know.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. My anaconda don't want none.
Told you, not the best, but the biggest selling rappers of all time. Nicki Minaj is number 6 on the list.
That's high.
With 106 million units sold.
Wow.
Now, I literally knew none of her. So I could not have picked one of her songs out of a music lineup. So I had to listen to a couple, and still not super impressed. Although I will say the way that she raps is kind of fun, but not enough for me to get into her music.
So you got a Nicki Minaj fan on our hands here in Brandon. A stan.
I also thought that Nicki Minaj, and maybe it still is, I thought that Nicki Minaj was like a reference to Menage a Trois. You know, her trying to be sexual all the time. Maybe it's not. Her full name is Onika Tanya Mirage Perry. Mirage Petty, sorry. She is born December 8th, 1982. She's known professionally as Nicki Minaj. She is a Trinidadian-born rapper, singer, and songwriter, best known for her animated flow in her rapping and her versatility as a recording artist. Early in her career, Minaj became known for colorful costumes and wigs, her distinct flow, and her use of alter egos and accents, primarily British Cockney.
And her booty.
Yeah, also known, her physique, notably her buttocks, has attracted significant attention from the media. Early in her career, she made autographing breasts part of her movement to empower women. In 2010, she said that although she originally felt obligated to mimic the provocative behavior of female rappers of her day, she intended to subdue her sexuality because she wants people, especially young girls, to know that in life, nothing is going to be based on sex appeal. You have to have something else to go with that. Also, she has butt implants.
I was going to say, the stuff about like subduing her sexuality, that doesn't sound like the Nicki Minaj I know.
No, the one I know is from this picture of her sitting on a chair or something at a show, and you can tell it looks like she's sitting on a neck pillow, but it's her butt implant.
Butt implants, yeah. Well, Brandon, as someone who has butt implants as well, can you give us any kind of look inside to what it's like to live? Okay.
So some of her hits: Super Bass, Starships, Anaconda, and Trolls with a Z. Again, maybe these are hits, maybe they're not. I have no idea. But I did get some lines from Anaconda. Seemed to be the one that was most recognizable, maybe the biggest hit. So here was going to be my clue lines from Anaconda.
Okay.
This dude named Michael used to ride motorcycles. Did a dick bigger than a tower. I ain't talking about Eiffels. Real country ass, brother. Let me play with his rifle. Pussy put his ass to sleep. Now he calling me NyQuil. Got that bang, bang, bang. I let him hit it because he slang cocaine. He tossed my salad like his name Romaine.
Oh my God.
But when we done, I make him buy me Balmain. I'm on some dumb shit.
I think it's really important that women know that you have to subdue your sexuality. You need something else to get by in this world.
Also,
whatever she said.
Pussy put his ass to sleep.
Calling her NyQuil. You know, I've been looking at some quotes for tattoos. I think I might have just found one.
There you go. The Shakespeare of rap, Nicki Minaj, number 6.
Kanye had never met Nicki when he called himself Shakespeare.
Hello, listeners. Brandon here. Now, if you're anything like me, God help you if you are, you find yourself waking up at night in a cold sweat several times a week, asking yourself, what is a brand and what's the difference between a brand and branding? Well, if you run a business or you are your own business, then knowing that difference is important. And you could spend time researching and reading about marketing, branding, and design, or you could just book a free call with an expert. Today's sponsor is ShaneMorinDesigns.com. Shane is a brand strategist who works with business owners to help them use branding and design to talk to the right customer, because the wrong customer is bad for business. Go to www.ShaneMorinDesigns.com to book a free call now. That's Shane, S-H-A-N-E, Morin, M-O-R-A-N, designs.com. Or you can click the link in the show notes below.
Nick here with a question for you. Do you love the Halloween season? Do you love spooky shit? I have something you're gonna love. I recently started shopping online at Cryptknotic, a year-round spooky merch store. They have all kinds of stuff, like creepy skull candles that are perfect for your evil lair, or dozens of enamel pins and jewelry accessories for men and women both. I myself bought an awesome little pin with a picture of a plague doctor ordering you to wash thy hands. I'm holding it right now in my hands, and it is well made, and I'll definitely be going back for more spooky shit at Cryptknotic. Plus, when you shop at Cryptknotic, you are not only supporting a small business, but you're also supporting a fellow Tennis Podcast listener. And now for a limited time, you can save 20% on your order with promo code PODCAST10. That's right, go to Cryptknotic.com, search their creepy collection, buy anything you want, and save 20% with the promo code PODCAST10 at checkout. That's 10 as in tennis. Go now to Cryptknotic.com, that's CRYPTKNOTIC.com to get started. The link and promo code is also in the show notes for this episode. And don't forget to wash thy hands when you're done. Well, let me guess next who I was saving for number one, which we now know is not number one, and that's Jay-Z.
And Jay-Z is number 4 on this list.
Knew it.
With 125 million units sold. Jay-Z, born Sean Corey Carter on December 4th, 1969, is known professionally as Jay-Z. He's an American rapper, songwriter, record executive, businessman, and media proprietor. He's widely regarded as one of the most influential hip-hop artists in history, and is also well known for being the former CEO of Def Jam Recordings, cultivating major industry artists such as Kanye, Rihanna, and J. Cole. I don't even know who J. Cole is. I thought J. Cole was Sweaters.
You could have told me it was Sweaters, and I wouldn't have batted an eye at that.
He's a billionaire now. I didn't know that.
Oh, Jay-Z. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still with Beyonce, or is that over?
Nah, I think he is.
Okay.
Some of his well-known hits: Dead Presidents, Hard Knock Life, Big Pimpin', Izzo, Dirt Off Your Shoulder, 99 Problems, Encore. He was known around as Jazzy around the neighborhood, and he later adopted the stage name Jay-Z in homage to his mentor, Jaz-O. So that's how he came up. I wondered, how did he get to be Jay-Z? It's because he was known as Jazzy.
Why not just go by Jazzy then?
Because that's not cool.
It's cool. I think it's fun.
Well, that's why you didn't break down racial barriers in acceptance for white rappers.
Well.
So my clue lines for Jay-Z. Now, the most obvious one was, if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Yes.
That one's fairly obvious. I feel like you could have got that. And I will say for Jay-Z, I saw him in concert. I might have talked about this before. I saw him in concert on the Best of Both Worlds tour with R. Kelly. And R. Kelly was a whole different kind of show. But for the other half of the concert that was Jay-Z, he is something else. He raps even better live than he does on the album. I think he slows it down for the album, but live he is faster and even more energetic, but enunciates just as clearly.
I've heard that about us too. Much clearer live. Better.
So my other lines that I don't know if you would have gotten or not, they're some of my favorite lyrics. These are from the Black Album. Music's business hate me, 'cause the industry ain't make me. Hustlers and boosters embrace me and the music I be making. I dumbed down for my audience to double my dollars. They criticized me for it, yet they all yell holla. If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Do you know who Talib Kweli is?
No.
Okay. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like common sense. You know who the rapper Common is, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. When your sins ain't got that much in common, you've been hustling since your inception. Fuck perception, go with what makes sense since I know what I'm up against.
Powerful.
I know you don't get it, but like he's trying to say, well, he's saying a lot in there, but he's
No,
saying,
I get
like,
it. I was being serious. I'm saying I was about to compare that to my pussy made him fall asleep and now he calls me an NyQuil.
If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli is a very good lyricist, but like he's saying, if skills sold, he would be like that. But after he did 5 million records sold, he hasn't been rhyming like that since. He had to dumb down for his audience to double his dollars. While on one hand, you've got the, have you ever had sex with a pharaoh? I put the pussy in a sarcophagus. On the other hand, you have truly talented lyricist who's describing all kinds of stuff within just a few lines. Sometimes you have to listen to it several times to understand like everything that the whole picture that he's painting within just a few lines.
Yeah.
I've also heard that Jay-Z doesn't write anything down. All that stuff comes out of his head.
I mean, he's got to write it down at some point, right? For the
I
album.
don't know. What I heard. Fuck what you heard.
Okay. Jay-Z, I don't listen to his music, but I do respect him from everything I've heard. You mentioned someone during this Jay-Z section that I hope is not in the top 10, and that's Mr. R. Kelly.
No, R. Kelly's, I don't know if he raps or not. I think he just sings. But
Okay.
R. Kelly's not in here.
How about Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg is on the list. He's number 9.
Knew it.
Everybody's favorite hip-hop grandpa.
Yeah.
With 40 million units sold, Snoop Dogg coming in at number 99. Was born Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., October 20th, 1971. I think that makes him the oldest rapper on this list. He's known professionally as Snoop Dogg, previously Snoop Doggy Dogg, and briefly Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion, yeah.
Is an American rapper, songwriter, media personality, actor, and businessman. His fame dates to 1992. What?
I said Andy's a badass motherfucker.
Yeah. His fame dates to 1992 when he featured on Dr. Dre's debut solo single, Deep Cover, and then on Dr. Dre's solo album, The Chronic.
Snoop Dogg, I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but he's found the success formula because he can be in anything. He can be in your comedy movie. He can be in your diss album. He can be in your Coke commercial. Like, fucking anything.
He can smoke weed anywhere he wants.
Right. And he's got like this great legacy and he's the grandpa of rap, like you said. And he's still, I mean, if he's born in 71, he's only 50, which it's not that bad. So he's figured it out.
He wasn't always the sweet hip-hop grandpa. While recording Doggy Style in August 1993, Snoop Dogg was arrested in connection with the death of a member of a rival gang who was allegedly shot and killed by Snoop Dogg's bodyguard. Snoop Dogg had been temporarily living in an apartment complex in the Palms neighborhood in West Los Angeles, the intersection of Vinton Avenue and Woodbine Street, the location of the shooting. Both men were charged with murder. Snoop Dogg was purportedly driving the vehicle from which the gun was fired.
Oh.
Johnny Cochran defended them. Remember that? And this is before Johnny Cochran defended
OJ.
Both Snoop Dogg and his bodyguard were acquitted in February 20th, 1996. Now, since then, Snoop has said that like he got out of the gang stuff because he thought he was either going to die or go to prison.
Do we know, was he the one driving the car when that guy was shot?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
He said that, but in 2006, he claimed in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine that unlike other hip-hop artists who had superficially adopted the pimp persona, he was an actual professional pimp in 2003 and 2004, way after he had millions of dollars, saying, that shit was my natural calling, and once I got involved with it, it became fun. It was like shooting layups for me. I was making them every time. Which, if that's true, that's also terrible.
Yeah, he was, a decade into being a celebrity by then.
Yeah, he was already a household name.
It's almost like a hobby at that point.
My favorite songs of his are also probably his two biggest, What's My Name and Gin and Juice.
Yep, Gin and Juice.
In 2015, and I said he's the grandfather of hip-hop, he's also an actual grandfather. In 2015, Snoop became a grandfather. His eldest son, Corday Broadus, had a son with his girlfriend, making Snoop a grandfather.
Snoop Doggy Dog. What was the Snoop Lion thing about? Do you remember? Didn't he say he had a vision or something?
For a while, he was a Rastafarian. I think he might still be like part of that religion maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the full details on that. Since the start of his career, Snoop has been an avowed cannabis smoker, making it one of the trademarks of his image.
Yes.
In 2002, he announced he was giving up cannabis for good.
Okay.
That did not last long. And in 2013, he claimed to be smoking approximately 80 cannabis blunts a day.
Well, okay. Do you believe that? Or do you think he's embellishing to help his legend?
I'm just trying to think how long it takes to smoke a blunt.
Yeah. Several minutes.
Let's just do some math. Let's do some math. Let's say I was going to say 15. I think you said 10, right? I was going to say 20. I think you said 10. Let's say it takes 15 minutes to smoke a blunt.
Okay.
So 15 minutes times 80 blunts, that's 1,200 minutes a day, divided by 60 is 20 hours a day.
Okay, so
maybe between him and his like friends, they're smoking 80 cannabis blunts a day.
he's multitasking, so it's not like he's sitting in one room and not doing anything until a blunt's done, so let's consider that. And it's also possible he's, after so many years and decades of blunt smoking, he's perfected it to where he can, wrap up a good blunt in, say, 8 minutes instead of 15.
Nah, he's got someone who wraps those blunts for him.
Yeah, probably.
He has been certified for medical cannabis in California to treat migraines since at least 2007. So here's my clue lines for Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Now just throw your hands in the motherfucking air and weigh the motherfuckers like you just don't care. Yeah, roll up the dank and pour the drink and watch your step because doggy's on the gank. My bankroll's on swole. My shit's hit legit now on parole. Stroll with the dog pound right behind me and up in yo bitch is where you might find me. These are some of my favorite lyrics too.
Bitch.
These are some of my favorite lyrics too. And up in yo bitch is where you might find me. Laying that, playing that G thing. She with the brother with the biggest nuts. And guess what? He is I and I am him, slim with the tilted brim. What's my motherfucking name? Would you have gotten that?
Well, there was a couple dog references in there, but even besides that, I recognized the very first part that you said with the hands in the air.
Yeah.
I would have got that.
Yeah, from What's My Name.
Yeah.
He almost tripped me up with that. He slipped an N-word in there. Almost got me.
What'd you say instead of it?
I said brother.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know.
It's got to have the same number of lyrics. I guess I could have said fella, but that sounds a little too white. But I love and up in yo bitch is where you might find me.
You had a little bit of a Snoop Dogg twinge there to your voice the longer you went with it.
I tried to. I really like that song.
Hell of a guy, Snoop Dogg, listener of the show. Well, why don't I give you a guess that some people are probably waiting on? Let's say he's 5, and that's Tupac.
Tupac is on the list at number 8.
Wow, okay. Lower than Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Well, he did die young. 75 million units sold for Tupac Shakur. His full name, Tupac Amaru Shakur, but he was born Lassane Parish Crooks. He was born June 16th, 1971, and died September 13th, 1996, better known by his stage name, Tupac.
Yep.
Considered one of the most influential rappers of all time, his music has been noted for addressing contemporary social issues that plagued inner cities, and he's considered a symbol of activism against inequality.
Yep.
So a short version of how he kind of got into trouble and then ended up dying early. In 1995, Shakur served 8 months in prison on sexual assault charges, but was released after agreeing to sign with Suge Knight's label Death Row Records in exchange for Knight posting his bail. Now, if you don't know anybody here who doesn't know who Suge Knight is, just think of Kingpin from the Marvel comics, but a black guy who is just an unrepentant criminal.
And if you don't know who Kingpin from the Marvel comics is, then imagine...
Google him.
Okay. Or just Google Suge Knight.
Following his release, Shakur became heavily involved in the growing East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry. His double-disc album All Eyes on Me, released in 1996, abandoned introspective lyrics for volatile gangsta rap,
Yeah.
but was certified diamond by the RAA.
Diamond means 10 million or more records sold, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know that.
On September 7th, 1996, Shakur was shot 4 times by an unknown assailant in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. He died 6 days later, and the gunman was never captured. Shakur's friend turned rival, the Notorious B.I.G., was at first considered a suspect due to the pair's public feud, but was also murdered in another drive-by shooting 6 months later in March 97 while visiting Los Angeles. 5 more albums have been released posthumously from Tupac Shakur, all of which have been certified platinum in the United States.
Yeah, they have really milked that Tupac cow ever since he passed.
Oh, yeah. I wonder who gets that Tupac money.
His mama.
Probably.
He was never married, right? No kids or anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
His biggest hits you may recognize: 2 of America's Most Wanted, California Love, Picture Me Rollin', All Eyes on Me, Changes, and Dear Mama. Maybe Dear Mama was, Dear Mama, you get all my money after I die.
You get all my money. Yeah.
I know we've mentioned them before. Last Podcast on the Left has a very good series on Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. and their respective deaths.
Yeah, and his death is fascinating. We don't have the time or know-how to go through it here, but you should look it up.
He impresses me as a really talented, artistic, sensitive kid who was young and wanted to act hard and wanted to get involved with the gang life and paid the price.
Yeah, and you said something there, I think it was his last album maybe, before he died, where his lyrics became so much about the West Coast, East Coast rivalry, which I think Hit 'Em Up is from that. Is that the song where it starts with, I fucked your bitch?
Yeah, he's talking about, I think he's talking about Faith Evans.
So, I don't know.
So here are my clue lines for Tupac. And again, please tell me if this would have been enough for you to guess Tupac. And these are lines from California Love. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreamin'. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screamin'.
Been there, brother.
Yeah, been there. Fiending for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side player where cowards die and it's strong ball. Only in Cali where we riot, not rally to live and die. In LA we wearing chucks, not ballies. Dressed in locks and khaki suits and ride is what we do. Flossing and have caution, we will collide with other crews. Famous because we throw grams worldwide, let them recognize from Long Beach to Rosecrans. Bumping and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know the row. Don't bow down to no man. Say what you say, but give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area, and back down. Cali is where they put their Mac down. Give me love. Would you have gotten that?
I would have got the song because of the clues dropped with California Dreamin', and Love at the end, which I don't really like. I've said it over and over. I don't know many rap songs, but I do know that song, California Love. So I would have got that.
Most of my favorite rap songs come from the mid to late 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's one of them.
Interesting life Tupac lived. How about the guy that may have had something to do with Tupac's death, and that's Diddy? Is he in the top 10?
No. Notorious B.I.G. and Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, or Diddy, or Puffy.
Or Diddy Kong.
Yeah, none of them are in the top 10.
B.I.G. was my next guess.
It's surprising because at the end of the 90s, Puff Daddy seemed like he was printing money.
No Notorious B.I.G. I do find that surprising. How about Dre then? Dr. Dre?
No, Dr. Dre is not in the top 10 either. Again, very surprising.
How about we go then to my favorite family movie star, Ice Cube?
No, Ice Cube is not in the top 10.
I really don't think this guy's in here, but I should guess him, and that's Vanilla Ice.
No.
Yeah, he's more of a one-hit wonder.
Shopify is the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. And I love it because Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources that were once reserved for big businesses. So upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. I don't talk about it a ton, but I have a fishing company. 5 years ago this month, my best friend Aaron and I started a bass fishing weight company called Woo Tungsten, because woo is the sound you make when you catch a giant bass. So we sell tungsten weights for bass fishing, and Shopify has made it so incredibly easy. They have all the tools and the resources that we need. No matter how big or small your business is, they just make it so effortless. And like mine, Shopify powers over 1.7 million businesses from first sale to full scale. And you can reach customers online and across social networks with their ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more. And you can gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond, which is something we use a ton. More than just a store, Shopify grows with you. Go to shopify.com/Blue Wire, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business today with Shopify. Go to shopify.com/Blue Wire right now. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Shopify.com/Blue Wire.
Anyone with a business can tell you that when it comes to hiring these days, you don't have time to play games. You need the right players right now. You need Indeed. Indeed is a hiring partner that gets you what you really want, a short list of quality candidates as fast as possible. Get started right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Because you can do it all. Attract, interview, and hire all at Indeed. Indeed partners with you on every step of the hiring process, so you can find talent with the skills you need through tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessment, and virtual interviews. Get a $75 credit at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Thanks to Indeed Virtual Interviews, you can message, schedule, and interview top talent seamlessly, all in one place. Interview virtually with no downloads, plugins, or purchases. Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Offer valid through December 31st. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
How about... DMX.
Good job. DMX is in the top 10. He's number 10.
Knew it. X gonna give it to you.
DMX with 34 million units sold. Number 9 on the list. Earl Simmons. Most people probably didn't know his name was Earl Simmons.
I did not know that.
Until earlier this year when he died. He was born December 18th, 1970. He died earlier this year, April 9th, 2021. He was known by his stage name, DMX. He said stood for Dark Man X as an American rapper and actor. And as you noted, X Gon' Give It To Ya, one of his biggest hits, along with Where the Hood At and Party, in parentheses, Up in Here. DMX was also an actor. He's featured in such films such as Belly, Romeo Must Die, Exit Wounds, Cradled to the Grave, and Last Hour. None of
I've
which
literally
I've
not
seen.
seen one of those. Yeah, okay.
I've not seen any of them, but I do I recognize all of them. In 2006, he starred in the reality TV series DMX Soul of a Man, primarily aired on BET. In 2003, he published a book of his memoirs entitled EARL, The Autobiography of DMX.
EARL. That spells Earl.
Yeah, Earl. In April 2021, Earl, also known as DMX, was hospitalized due to a cocaine-induced heart attack. He never regained consciousness and died of multiple organ failure a week later.
Seems like longer ago.
May have noticed by now, I have not really gone on to the biography of most of these rappers. Just because, one, for brevity, but also that's just not the kind of list this is. However, I was pretty shocked at Earl Simmons, DMX's upbringing, and I decided it was worth including in here the amount of shit he went through, which might explain some of his addiction issues and what ultimately led to his, I would say, early death. Simmons went through a disjointed childhood that included being beaten by his mother and her various boyfriends so badly that he lost teeth and sustained numerous bruises and cuts on his face. Due to poverty, he slept on the floor with roaches and mice crawling over him in the night. When Simmons was 5 years old, his family settled in the School Street Projects in Yonkers, New York. When he was 6, his mother knocked out 2 of his teeth with a broom after he innocently erased something in her notebook. At school, he threw chairs at teachers and stabbed another child in the face with a pencil.
Shit.
When he was 7, an aunt got him drunk on vodka. The same year, he was jailed for stealing cakes from the market. One summer, his mother locked him in his bedroom, allowing him only to exit for trips to the bathroom. At the end of 5th grade, at age 10, he was expelled from school and sent to a children's home for 18 months. In what he described as a defining moment of betrayal, his mother tricked him by telling him they were just visiting the home, then she enrolled him there. A few months later, he was arrested for arson in an attempt to burn the school down. He also nearly killed his co-conspirator.
How old is he there on this last one?
He was 10.
Oh, goddamn.
Might have been 11. He was 11 by then. When he was 14, Simmons began living on the streets of Yonkers to escape his mother's abuse, sleeping in Salvation Army clothing bins, and befriending stray dogs. That part, broke my heart. Shortly after he began doing this, his mother once again sent him to a group home. During his stay, he bonded with other students from New York over their shared love of hip-hop. After performing for his friends, they encouraged him to continue writing music at the behest of his teacher. When he returned home, Simmons met Reddy Ron, a local rapper, who was impressed with Simmons' beatboxing skills and asked him to become his partner. Simmons chose the name DMX, which came from an instrument he had used at the boys' home, the Oberheim DMX drum machine, and then he later also interpreted it as Darkman X. Finally, as a freshman at Yonkers Middle High School, DMX was the second fastest on the track and field varsity team. However, he had bad grades and a sparse attendance record. He turned to robbery as a way to get out of poverty. His first was a purse snatch theft in Yonkers that netted him $1,000, which is equivalent to $2,500 in today's money, which he used to buy a new leather dog collar and dog harness for his dog, and a pair of Timberland boots for himself. By the end of the year, he attended school just to rob people and was robbing 3 people per day, and then he turned to carjacking. So yeah, I didn't know, I mean, I know a lot of rappers. I know Jay-Z didn't have the easiest childhood, but maybe a moment of silence and respect for a bunch of bullshit that DMX had to go through. And that's enough of that.
I mean, a childhood like that, he could have turned out to be a serial killer, you know? So,
yeah,
he came out of it.
He loved dogs, befriended stray dogs, and used his first big score from robbery to buy some nice stuff for his dog.
Yeah, that's all I need to hear to have some respect.
Speaking of dogs, here is the clue lines I was going to give you to guess DMX. Arf, arf. Yeah, yeah, grr, yeah, grr, yeah, don't get it twisted. This rap shit is mine, motherfucker. It's not a game. Fuck what you heard, grr. It's what you hearin'. It's what you hearin'. It's what you hearin'. Yeah. He loves dogs so much he barks, and X gonna give it to you.
I would not have got that. Now, if you had said something like, X gonna give it to you, I probably would have got that.
I couldn't get that, obviously. Here's my other clue lines. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Would you have gotten that?
Yeah, I would have got that one.
Y'all gonna make me go all out? Y'all gonna make me act a fool? Y'all gonna make me lose my cool?
Yeah.
Kind of like he's the Dr. Seuss of rap.
Now I need to see a Dr. Seuss DMX collaboration.
Arf, arf. That's DMX, and the last 2 on here are more popular within the last decade or so, and I think you probably know the least about them. I could not have told you a song by either one of these guys.
Is Post Malone considered a rapper?
He is, but he's not on this list. Are you ready for clue lines?
Okay, give me a clue.
I will say I did know this. This is the one song that I did kind of recognize once I listened to it.
Okay.
It's from a partnership with T-Pain.
T-Pain. Fuck that guy.
Hey, I ain't never seen nothing that'll make me go. This crazy all night spending my dough. Had $1 million vibe and a bottle to go. Them birthday cakes, they stole the show. So sexual, she was flexible. Drinking X and O. Hold up, wait a minute. Do I see what I think? Whoa. Did I think I see Shawty get low? Ain't the same when it's up that close. Make it rain, I'm making it snow. Work the pole, I got the bankroll. I'ma say that I prefer them no clothes. I'm into that. I love women exposed. She threw it back at me. I gave her mo. Cash ain't no problem. I know where it goes. She had them, and then T-Pain picks up apple bottom jeans.
Oh. Is that Lil Wayne?
No. Lil Wayne is on this list, and I'll move on to Lil Wayne. Those are not Lil Wayne lyrics. But since you guessed him, I'll tell you he's number 5 on the list. The 110 million units sold. Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., born September 27th, 1982, known professionally as Lil Wayne, is an American rapper and record executive. He's regarded by many contemporaries as one of the most influential hip-hop artists of his generation, and is often cited as one of the greatest rappers of all time. His career began in 95 at the age of 12 when he was signed by rapper Birdman, joining Cash Money Records as the youngest member of the label. So his big songs, I guess, because I don't really know them, are Go DJ, Fireman, Lollipop, Got Money, Right Above It, How to Live, Mirror, and Sucker for Pain.
Sucker for Pain, okay.
Sucker for Pain is one of the more recent ones. It was on the soundtrack for Suicide Squad. Let me throw you off just a little bit with some lines from Lollipop, which would have been my clue for Lil Wayne. And tell me if you would have recognized any of these lyrics as belonging to him. Okay, Lil Mama had a swag like mine. She even wear her hair down her back like mine. I like it. He's like, this woman even has long hair like me. I make her feel right when it's wrong like lying. Man, she ain't never had a love like mine. But man, I ain't never had an ass like hers. That pussy in my mouth had me lost for words. So I told her back it up like burp, burp. She made the ass jump like jerp, jerp. That's when she licked me like a lollipop. She licked me like a lollipop. And he says that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have got that.
You would have?
Pussy in my mouth has me lost for words.
He was burping on it.
Is that what he said? Burp? I couldn't understand.
So I told her back it up like burp, burp. So gross.
It's romantic, is what it is.
You know that song?
I mean, I've heard the Lollipop song once in my life, at least, yeah.
Oh.
Not proud of it.
I still wouldn't have been able to guess it.
So you've never been in that situation? Say, Lil Mama, back it up like burp, burp.
Burp, burp. Okay, so the last one on the list, number 7.
Not Lil Wayne fan, by the way. And I know this isn't it. I know this isn't number 7 because you already gave me the apple bottom jeans clue, but 50 Cent was going to be a guess I had. He's not on here either.
No. Surprising.
Okay.
So the apple bottom jeans part is sung by T-Pain. The song is Low. Let me give you the name of some of his other hits. Low, Right Round, Club Can't Handle Me, Good Feeling, Wild Ones, Whistle, I Cry.
Flo Rida.
Flo Rida. Which song did you recognize as belonging to Flo Rida?
Wild Ones.
Wild Ones. See, I don't know nothing about Flo Rida. Flo Rida.
You know, it's like Florida with a space in the middle. Flo Rida.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you knew that.
Super clever.
Yeah.
102 million units sold from the one they call Flo Rida. His real name, Tremar Lascelles Dillard. He was born September 16th. Dillard. 79. He was born, better known by his stage name, Flo Rida. He's an American rapper from Carroll City, Florida.
Mm-hmm. Florida. Well, I would hope he's from Florida, yeah.
There's nothing in his wiki article about like his personal life, nothing interesting. It was just a list of like what's happened in his career, which is not remarkable, especially compared to the other 9 members of this list.
Says you, because I happen to know that he spells his name with a space in the word Florida. That's not interesting to you?
No, it's okay.
He also sang that song, My House.
Yeah, I was also going to mention GDFR and My House. I didn't know the names of any of the songs, but I did recognize the song Low from the part where T-Pain sings Apple Bottom Jeans.
Boots with the fur. That song. Yeah. Well, that song, My House, is in like a million commercials, so I've heard it from there.
Maybe I would recognize it, but I would have never known it was him.
Yeah. He's one of those rappers that is like big and tall and buff, you know?
Oh, is
Not
he?
a little guy.
Let me look him up. Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what Suge Knight probably wants to look like.
Yeah. That's kind of how he looks when I hear his name in my head.
Oh, man, here's a picture of him with his shirt off. He's got some big muscles.
Yeah. And his microphone in this picture, the F, oh, this is cute. The F in flow, like as in Flow Rider, is the state of Florida. That's pretty cool. Anyway.
He looks like he's having fun.
Yeah, sure. And he's not killing anybody, according to his wiki that we know of.
No, it was
Not
really
robbing any
actually
banks.
pretty boring, which is a good... as far as rappers go, that's a really good thing.
Sure, yeah.
There wasn't a section called controversies. There wasn't a section called feuds. There wasn't a section called legal troubles. There wasn't even a section called personal life.
Give it time.
All good signs for Flow Rida.
So he didn't have an upbringing like DMX, as far as we know.
As far as we know.
Okay. Well,
There you have it.
there's some surprising names left off this list.
There are. Speaking of this list and the names on it, let me run through it one more time. The best-selling rappers of all time by the number of units sold. Number 10, DMX. Number 9, Snoop Dogg. Number 8, Tupac Shakur. Number 7, the squeaky clean Flo Rida.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Nicki Minaj. Number 5, Lil Wayne. Number 4, Jay-Z. Number 3, Kanye West. Number 2, Drake. And number 1, Eminem.
Drake at number 2. Above Jay-Z and Tupac and DMX. I don't know.
I mean, no, and they're counting all those units sold where he's like...
Does that include where
singing.
he's like featured on someone else's song?
I don't know who gets the credit for those. Like, if it's Drake featuring Rihanna, does she get paid?
Well, I mean,
For
she gets
every-
paid.
I mean, I'm sure she gets paid, but does she get paid like by how well the song does, or just for the recording session, or what?
I'm sure she gets royalties.
They ought to be careful with all that featuring and with stuff because they're splitting up their money.
I'm not a fan of that shit. That's like the trend.
No, you've told
these
me
days.
before that steams your beans.
It does. I'm an old soul when it comes to music. And, you know, the Drake thing, not a fan, and he is a smug little asshole from, based mostly on what you've told me and the pictures I've seen of him. But it might all be worth it for that meme of him saying no and then yes. You know the one?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's overdone now.
the Hotline Bling meme.
Okay. I'm going to say my personal top 3 is going to be Eminem, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Jay-Z.
Those would actually probably be mine too.
Okay.
I like Kanye as a producer. I think he makes great sounding music, but as a rapper, like, he's no good.
Kanye, Shakespeare, Jesus, Kurt Cobain,
Michelangelo.
West.
And
Michelangelo.
some of them were just companies like Google.
I love it. Well, Kanye's listening. Shout out to Kanye. Also want to give a shout out to those friends of ours, friends, family, fans that have left podcast reviews. Here's a few of them. First one comes from S Medallion on Apple Podcasts. They say, it's a funny podcast with relatable topics. Grab a drink, sit back, relax, and have fun trying to guess along. Great for binging! The show, not the beer. Because he said sit back and grab a drink.
Gotcha.
Our show is great for binging. You know, we have 157 episodes now, as of today. Fucking wild, isn't it? We're going on our 4th year. Anyway. Thank you, S Medallion. The next one comes from A-Bars99 on Apple. They say, there are top 10 lists, and then there is this show. I knew this was going to be entertaining, but I had no idea it was going to be this entertaining. Easily one of my new favorite shows already.
Hell yeah.
Those are very kind reviews.
They are. Don't read any bad ones.
No, I thought we could use a pick-me-up this week, so no bad ones. If you want me to read your review, write a review on Apple Podcasts, on Podchaser, or on Good Pods, and I'll read it on a future episode. Brandon, you said hell yeah a second ago, and it sounded a little like Snoop Doggy Dogg was sitting here with me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the line of the day, though. We've heard a lot of great and bad rap lines today. My personal favorite is still probably up in your bitch is where you can
Up
find
in
me.
your bitch is where you might find me.
All right, well, that has been the top 10 rappers. I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, to follow our asses on social media. We post a lot of good shit there. Like every week I post a 1-minute trailer of that week's episode with chat, which is accompanied with visuals. So you can kind of visually hear the episode. The first place I post that every week is on our subreddit, but I also post it everywhere else throughout the week. It's just one example of how you can interact with us on social. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, @TennisPod. And Brandon, it's the holiday season. Are you feeling the Christmas fucking dick inside you right now?
No.
No? Okay. Give it time. Give it time. It'll find its way in you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. WinBet Sportsbook again? Yeah, man. Want to get in on these bets with me? Okay, fine. Just signed up. Yes. See? WinBet. Told you. Sign up at winbet.com today using promo code BlueWire to get up to $1,000 toward a risk-free sports bet. That's WYNN bet and promo code BlueWire. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.